Can the Friedman BEOD deliver both high and low gain lead tones? Hi there, I'm Chris, and that's exactly what I'm going to try to find out today. So first, here's the clean sound we have, which is a little bit low in levels, but there's a reason for that, because this pedal packs a lot of volume and gain, so we need to save some space or headroom to avoid clipping. But you're also going to notice that there's a little bit of reverb and delay, and that's basically to have our sound lead friendly from the get-go. Okay, so let's engage the pedal and see what we have. Not bad, but let's bring down the harshness a little bit. Maybe let's push the amp a little bit here with the volume. You can see the big difference depending on how much volume I dial in here. Let's add some gain to this. So whenever there are some knobs here that seem to be a little interconnected. For example, if I increase the bass or decrease the bass, I might also want to have a look at the tightness, because that's what the tight knob does. It affects how loose or tight the bass is. So if you increase the bass, you might also want to tighten the tighten knob, or you. Same thing if you increase the gain. It seems that the tight knob can really have a major impact on the overall feel of the tightness of the gain. And likewise with a treble and presence here, I like to, if I want to bring down the harshness with the treble knob, I will often compensate by increasing presence, so that I still have some higher frequencies. I can be heard, but it's not those really harsh ones around 2 kilohertz or somewhere there where it can really bite your ears in a nasty way. So I like the smoothness of the gain here. So there's one thing that kind of strikes me as a little bit tricky here, and that's the fact that I'm really lacking a mid-range knob. And I've done some research, and it seems that there is a mid-range knob on the bigger versions of this pedal. But what I've done to try to compensate for that is to basically have a lot of mid-range on my amp. But even then, I feel that I would want more of kind of the lower mids. I mean, the treble knob definitely kind of brings you forward in a way so you can be heard, but it doesn't add that lower end warmth. And if I bring in more bass here, well, it's bass, it's not really mid. I mean, it does. It's cool, but I do feel that here we would need a little bit of mid. But you be the judge. It still sounds pretty damn cool to my ears, and all I would need to do is basically run like a tube screamer or something before this pedal, because this pedal really acts like I would say like a gain channel on your amp, so you can really hear without it and with it. So this is not just your overdrive pedal, this is really bringing in amp-like distortion. So what you could do if you have like a tube screamer style pedal is run it before this pedal, and you would get lots of mids to play around with, or try to compensate on the amp. But other than that, I think the gain structure and just the way it feels is awesome. And there's a reason probably I've seen mostly demos with this pedal and rhythm guitar riffing. I don't know, but what I'm going to do is try to bring down the gain now and see if we can get some more, I don't know, like more dynamic and blues rock style sound. So all the way from 3 o'clock there to 9 o'clock, see what that does. Bring down the tightness a little bit. So I bring down the tightness, and then all of a sudden the bass starts annoying me. So like I said, there's a relation between those two. Okay, nice. I should also add that there's an internal gain pot within this pedal, and I have dialed it down a little bit, simply because there was way more gain than I needed in this pedal, and I would prefer having some extra control in the lower gain range. So that's why if you have this pedal and you're not getting these low gain sounds, you're gonna have to adjust the internal trimming pot for that. But this is nice. So just to compare, if I raise the gain up to 3 o'clock here, and then I go down. So this is I think a sign of a very, yeah, look at that. When I turn down the treble a little bit, this is very nice. We have to try this with a backing track and see if this works for improvising. And generally, if I'm inspired to improvise, then I know that the sound has something to it. It's dynamic enough. Nothing is worse, I think, than trying to come up with phrases and improvising if you have like a flat sound that doesn't respond to whatever you're feeding it with in terms of picking attack. So that's super important for me, because if I can play the same lick with different dynamics and get different licks out of it, well, then improvising is going to be easier for me. So here we have a track in E minor. Let's dial back the treble on the guitar. Turn down the volume a little bit. So again, if I turn it off, so there isn't much there, right? So it just goes to show you that pretty much all the punch and the distortion and the volume is coming from this little pedal, which I find very cool. So this is the most recent addition to my pedal board, but I will be keeping it because what it does, I find, is give me a totally different gain structure than what I have available on my amp. I have the Mesa Boogie Mark V amp, which is awesome for high gain leads. And I've been using it almost on a daily basis for 10 years. So I'm not dissatisfied with it, but this definitely gives me more options. And so far what I've found is it works definitely best on the clean channel. I haven't had as much luck using this for kind of stacking gain or adding more gain on top of a high gain channel. But for what I've been showing you here, basically adding distortion to a clean channel, it's amazing. So very happy with it. But on its own, it might lack a little bit of mid-range control. I would like to add more low mid-range in the lower spectrum. But there are various ways you can do that. And I think most people will actually be using this one for rhythm. And I think it's actually perfectly voiced for that. So if you want to check it out, I would recommend it. I'm happy with it, and I think I'll be keeping it for a long time. Thanks for watching this video until the end. It means the world, and you've been great. I've been Christopher Dahl. See ya. Cheers.